Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to remake the picture puzzle from Act 3 inside the mod kit. Now, the reason why I'm doing this today is because A, somebody asked me, B, I've noticed that there isn't even like a blueprint for it, so I'm like, that's strange, so I'm going to show you guys how to make your own today. Now, since this is going to be a custom blueprint, you will need to put this blueprint inside of your mods folder. So you can make it in the content folder, but when you're done, whatever your mod you're going to use it in, you have to make sure you put it into the folder that your mod's map is located in. So put it in the exact same spot as your mod's map, okay? Understand, just remember that. Also, if the reason why you have to do that is because the mod kit is weird. I don't know, it's dumb. But if you want it to work in your mod, you're gonna need to put it in your mods folder. So just remember that. But that's not gonna be for a little while because this is gonna take a while to remake. Now I remade it a little bit differently than normal. What I did was, since I have no clue how Dynamic Pixel set up the electrical system, what I did was I made it so that once all the things are in place, this door will open and you can put whatever you want in there. For instance, I put a lever in there. So we can go get the items. Also, I had to replace the flashlight. I'll explain why I replaced the flashlight later on in the tutorial. But I replaced it with the banana can. And again, I'll explain why I did that later on. It's dumb how it works, but I did have to do it, so I'm gonna go ahead. By the way, if you're wondering, this is a mod I'm currently working on. This is Act 2. Okay, so let's go put this stuff down. So as you can see in the picture, put the skateboard down. And I also did something really cool. Whenever you put a object in place, a little light will light up. So there's the skateboard light. Now if we put the banana soda can in place, see, another light lit up. And if we put the pillow in place, more lights light up. You get the point. And then then you got 4 lights on, and then you just need the guitar, which is up here. And again, once you have all 5 lights on and all 5 objects in place, then the thing should open. Yep, there we go. And then you can have whatever you want. For instance, I put a lever, and that lever opens up one of the gates. So yeah. So I'm going to show you how to do that today. It's simple, but it's long, okay? It's not complicated, but it's going to take a little while. So that's why today's tutorial may be longer than 5 minutes. Okay, so we're going to start by going into the testing map, obviously. We can't do this in my mod. We have to do it in the testing map. You know, it makes sense. As you can see over here, I was actually testing it with it's complicated. Just ignore this part. So we're gonna get rid of you. Actually, we're gonna replace you with the banana can. So BP underscore banana. Nope. Banana. So what I made it do is, since the banana soda and the banana juice are the exact same thing, I made it so that it'll work with either one. So you can put either one of these in your mod. It'll work with both of them, even though one's small. It doesn't matter. It'll work with both of them. And yeah, that's everything is going to be done inside of the actual blueprint. So this is all one blueprint here. So the picture, the container, the actual stand, and the little floor panels. That's all contained within the blueprint. And I also segmented it. So right here, this one is segmented to the stand. So you can see all the drawers and the trigger boxes stay with it. This one here is segmented to this because this has a trigger box on it. This one here is segmented. Nope, that one's not segmented. This one, on the other hand, the red door. So this is where it gets a little bit confusing because this holds this entire thing. But as you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a lot of stuff. And then there's also, if you just want to move the shovel box and the lights by itself, you can move that around. I don't know why you would want to do that, but you can if you want. Alright, so let's save, and then let's hop right on into it. We're going to remove these blocks. I was just testing something earlier. Okay, so what we're going to do, by the way, I've moved the player start over here because player start, more convenient, honestly, more than anything. So we're going to start by creating the blueprint, okay? So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make a new folder, okay? So you're going to want to do this inside your mods folder, of course. Or actually, no. Do this in the content browser and then make a copy of the blueprint and put it into your mods folder. Or you can put it in afterwards. Either way, I'm going to do it in the content browser because this map doesn't have a mod folder. What we're going to do is we're just going to make a new folder. And again, you would want to do this inside of the mod folder. So like the folder where all the maps for your mod is, that's where you would want to put it. So we're going to make the new folder inside of there. And we're going to call it Blueprints. And you can put any kind of custom blueprint in there. I'm going to name mine C blueprints just for custom, just so I know, like, these are the custom blueprints. You don't have to do that, though. And then what we're going to do is right here, we're going to right-click and click on New Blueprint Class. Then what we're going to do is we're going to click on Actor. Okay? Then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to rename it and call it BP underscore picture. Oh, not with caps lock on. Picture puzzle. You can rename it whatever you want. I'm going to call mine BP Picture Puzzle. So you're going to open up that. Once you have that open, this is going to be where all the magic happens. It's not really magic, blueprint, I don't know. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off by, of course, adding the picture. Because that's kind of one of the most important parts, you know, the reference photo. So what we're going to do is we're going to do add a static mesh. We're going to rename this to, okay, I deleted it. we're gonna rename it to picture mesh. Okay, then over here under static mesh, you're gonna want to type in picture. Then you want to scroll down until you see the mustache or the open, either the eye or the screaming guy would work. I'm gonna use the screaming guy. Then what you're going to do is over here under element 0, you're going to scroll down until you find the picture for, actually no, you're going to scroll up. Right here. Multi-pictures 12 inst. And then that will change it to this, of course, the painting, right? So what we're going to do is we're just going to move it over here, off to the side. Not very important right now. Now, I will say, this is backwards. Wait a minute. wait a minute. Hold up. Let's try. Oh, okay, yeah. So use the eye painting, because for some reason, I guess the screaming mouth one is backwards. That's strange. Okay, so you can just scale it up if you want to. I'm going to scale mine a little bit, just so it's a little bit bigger. Now, we're going to see how this looks in game. So let's just drag it in. And yeah, I'd say that looks pretty good. So I'm just gonna, yeah. So I'd say that looks pretty good. So now what we're gonna do, so we're gonna head back into the blueprint. We're gonna compile. We're gonna save. We're gonna leave that there. We'll do more work with that later. Now what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to add a scene. Nope, that is a recreational light. That's not what I want. I want a scene. Right here, scene. And type, click on that, and you're gonna type in stand. Then with that selected, oh no, with this still highlighted, you're gonna add component. You're gonna add a static mesh, and we're gonna call it stand mesh. Okay, now under the static mesh for the stand mesh, you're gonna want to type in stand, and you're gonna scroll, or you're gonna type in stand underscore 1. Then you want to click on this one, and there's our stand. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna select the scene, and over here in the viewport, we're just gonna kind of move it up because we don't want it clipping into the ground. I mean, we want it, the tips of the feet clipping in, so just so it looks good. And there you go. So this is going to be our base plate pretty much. So now, still with the stand, this time with the static mesh selected, we're going to add 3 static meshes. We're going to do stand cabinet 1. And then with the static mesh selected again, we're going to do it again, and we're just gonna do this. We're gonna do this 3 times. So stand cabinet 2. I'm gonna copy and paste this. I would recommend doing that. And then with the static mesh selected once again, we're gonna add it. Name it static mesh or stand cabinet 3. And there you go. So these are gonna be the cabinets. So under stand cabinet 1, open up this and type in stand underscore 1. Then you're going to click on stand part 1, okay? And this will give you the first drawer. Now just move this into place. You can take however long you like on this. This is a video. You can pause the video. I'm going to rotate it so it lines up because I think it just looks better. And now note, you won't be able to open these drawers. So if you want to put something inside these drawers, then don't, because you can't open them. It's not going to work, because I can't interact with static meshes unless it's coded to, and I don't think that it's necessary in this video. Also, I have no clue how to do it. Because TinyBuild and Dynamic Pixels have their confusing ways. So now that's done, we're going to compile, save, and go to stand cabinet 2. We're going to do the same thing, stand underscore 1, and then we're going to get the second part. And we don't have to move this very far, but just kind of move it a tiny bit, you know. And again, I'm going to rotate it just so it lines up, because my eyes and my brain likes it much better when it's like that, just because why not? Just going to kind of get it so it's in place, you know, not perfect. That's good enough. Then stand cabinet 3, and then again stand, there's a score of 1, and you're going to select part 3, and this is going to be our third cabinet. So we're gonna but by the way, all the pretty much all the static mesh stuff will be done now, like all the visual things, all the blueprints will be done a little bit later, because this is very important. This is kind of important to replicate the photo. So this is just what we're doing right now. Okay, so there you go. So now we have the stand fully completed, and the reason why I was telling you to do the things with this selected is because we're parenting the objects to other objects. So if you don't know what that means, in Unreal Engine, or in pretty much any engine, I believe, it might just be called parenting in Unreal Engine, but this goes for a lot of other engines too, I believe. When you have a mesh and you want to make it, you want to be able to do whatever you want to it, but whatever happens to another mesh will still happen to that mesh. That's when parents and children come into place. I know it sounds weird, but that's actually how it works. So, as you can see here, the overall parent for this stand here would be the scene that we created. So whatever we do, whatever's parented under this scene, if we select it and move it, everything else will move around. Okay. Now with the cabinets and the drawers, if we select it and move it around, only the stand and the drawers will move around with it. Speaking of drawers, I need to rename this. I just realized I didn't name it. We're gonna name it stand mesh. Here we go. You always want to make sure you rename things just so it's nice and organized. You know, it's very important if it's organized, believe me. It's very important. Okay, so now that's done, we gotta add the stands, or not the stands, these things, the wall, the wall holder. I forgot what they're called. So what we're gonna do is, as you can see here, we have one a little bit higher up here, one just a sliver bit higher than that, and we have one down here that's a little bit like kind of tilted. So we're gonna do that. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna under the stand scene, not the static mesh, just the scene. We're gonna add a component, and we're gonna add static mesh, and we're gonna call it what is it called? The banister? No. Why can't I remember the name of it? We're just gonna name it wall holder. Oh, no, thanks a lot. Okay, I appreciate that. Not really. Stop autosaving. I didn't ask you to. Wall holder mesh. Actually, we're gonna name it wall holder mesh 1, and we're gonna copy this, and then we're actually gonna add under the stand again. We're gonna add 2 more. Static mesh, name it wall holder mesh 2, and we're gonna add 1 more. That's a skeletal mesh. That is not important in this tutorial. Static mesh, and we're gonna name it wall holder mesh 3, and I forgot to do this, so we're just gonna attach it there. There you go. So compile, save, and now with the first mesh selected, we're gonna type in what is it called? Hold on, I have to see what it's called. Viewport. This is what it's gonna look like in the end, by the way. Shelf, that's what it's called, a shelf. I'm dumb. Okay, so we're just gonna rename these shelf. 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 Okay, so now we have that. Compile, save. And with the shelf mesh 1 select, we're going to type in shelf. And we're just going to select the one that's just shelf. And this is going to be the stands, like in the photo. So we're going to move the first one about right here. So you can see in the photo, it's about right there. We're going to move it back a tiny bit. It's not going to be important in the blueprint. We could always move it in-game too. And then with this second mesh selected, we're going to do again shelf. We're going to select it. This one's going to be a little bit off-centered from the last one. This one should be somewhere about like right here. There we go. There we go. And then with the third one selected, again, shelf. Now, I would recommend turning off grid snapping for rotation for this one, only because we need a very slim rotation for this. So what we're going to do is we're going to move it off a little bit over here, just like in the photo. So that's kind of good. It's good enough. If you don't like it, you could, of course, always move it around. You know, it doesn't need to be, oh my god, doesn't need to be exactly like the photo. I like to get it close to the photo, so something like that. Now, with this third shelf selected, we're going to turn off grid snapping for rotation if you don't already have it off. And to turn it off, all you're going to do is you're going to come up here to the orange rotation thing. Just click on it, and there you go. Now it's off. And to turn it back on, same thing. Just click on it. So you can turn it back on once you're done. So what we're going to do is we're just going to rotate it a tiny bit like that. There you go. That is literally it. That's all we want to do. Just enough so that it's slanted like in the picture, but not to the point where the object will fall off of it. Then we can turn grid snapping back on. I would recommend having grid snapping off for scaling and movement, and having it on for the rotation. That's just my preference. I like to have it like that. We're going to select the picture mesh. We're just going to move it back a little bit. Just going to move it out of the way. Just kind of boop, bump. Get out of the way. nerd. Hee. Now we're gonna take a look in game, and as you can see, this is what it looks like in game. In my opinion, this looks very accurate, at least to the photo. So we'll just we'll actually hop in game here. We'll just go ahead. We'll take a look. If it doesn't freeze, that'd be nice, you know. There we go. There's a lot of stuff in this map that's got to load. There we go. You can hop over here. As you can see, this is pretty good. And if we jump on here, we can very easily put a mesh there. There's a wall behind it, of course. You're going to want to have a wall behind it. It's going to be pretty important to have a wall. By the way, you won't be able to move this painting. So just as an FYI, you won't be able to move the painting. Either way, looks good. So let's hop back into the blueprint. So we're going to go back in. And in the blueprint, what we're now going to do is we're going to add the places for the little spot for the skateboard, the pillow, and we're going to add the box on the left. Or the right, depending on where you put it. Again, it's up to you. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a cube. And we're going to name this skateboard spot. You can name it whatever you want. I'm going to call it skateboard spot because skateboard. Now what we're going to want to do is we're just going to want to move it over here. Get like a 30, get here. So maybe we could get like a 20-degree angle on it. Thin it out a little bit and stretch it. Just a little bit, not too much. That's a little too much. There, like that. Now, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to compile, save. You're going to go in-game. You're going to want to put the BP skateboard into your map. Of course, I already have it in because, you know, I was doing a lot of tests and stuff. But where you... So the mod key crashed. It's not very convenient now, if I do say so myself. I don't appreciate that. You know, I'd appreciate it if it didn't crash. You know? Yeah, I know. We're just gonna reload the mod kit. That wasn't very nice that it crashed on us. I don't know why it crashed. Strange. Strange things, you know? Strange. Pretty strange. You know, it's really annoying when the mod kit does this. It does it a lot, you know. It does it a lot. And it's annoying when it does it. Because it's like, I don't want you to crash. I'm trying to do something. Please stop crashing. Okay, we're back in. We're just gonna... No, stop it. Stop. I don't care about the neighbor's place mesh thing, please. What? Okay, there we go. Back in here. We're gonna click play. And we're gonna see how it looks in the game. I swear, if this crashes again, I'm going to eat a child. Okay. I don't know why I have that one time. So here, this is what it looks like in game. So again, we're just gonna grab a skateboard. We're gonna see how it actually looks. So if we place the skateboard on it, there you go. That looks good. That's a good size. Okay, so we got that pretty much spot on. So we're gonna head back into the blueprint. Right, the blueprint is closed. Custom blueprint. Okay. So if that ever happens to you, just double click on the blueprint to open it. So we're gonna head over to the viewport. Okay, so now we're gonna add the pillow. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna copy paste, and we're gonna rename this one to pillow. That is not how you spell pillow. Pillow spot. There you go. Now we're gonna rotate that so it's just at a normal angle this time, and we're gonna shrink it, and we're gonna move it over here, just like in the photo.
Okay, so then once we have that done, we're gonna compile, save, and again, hop in game and see how it looks. So we're gonna save and click play. And okay, so it looks good. Let's grab the skateboard and the pillow this time. There you go. And there you go. So that looks pretty good. You don't need to get perfect on. As long as it's within the box, it will work within the blueprint. So there you go. So yeah, if you don't have it right the first time, just keep doing it until you have it like pretty much like that. You don't need to have it exact. You're not gonna get it exact because the meshes shapes are kind of wonkadoodles in this game. You know what? That's all right. You can use your custom. You can honestly, you can use your own static meshes too. If you don't like the in-game meshes and you're going for like an old style, but you still want to do this, you can 100% use your static meshes. It'll still work. I'm just gonna use the base game ones because base game go burr. Haha, yes, funny. So we're gonna head back into the blueprint, and what we're gonna do is now we're gonna start to add some trigger boxes. So with the skateboard spot selected, you're gonna click add new component, and you're gonna scroll down until you see box collision. You wanna click on box collision, and what you're gonna call it is you're gonna call it skateboard trigger. Okay, so this is going to be what actually triggers the event for the skateboard. So we're going to scale it up a little bit. There we go. There we go. Just like that. Nothing too crazy. Just right on the box. Okay. Perfect, like that. And this is going to be the trigger. So if the skateboard is within this trigger, it'll activate the light and it'll add towards it. It could be totally off center. It could be like instead of going this way, it could be going this way. As long as the skateboard's like that, basically as long as the skateboard is in that box, it'll 100% still work. I apologize that this is taking a long time, but I'm trying to explain this to you guys because I know a lot of people out there might not know how any of this stuff works. So again, what we're going to do is with the pillow spot selected now, we're going to click add component and click on box collision, and we're just going to name it pillow trigger. Triggers. Yes, triggers. No, just trigger. And we're going to head over to the pillow spot, and we're going to drag up. As you can see, we have a trigger box here now, and we're just going to scale it, make it a little bit bigger. You want to always have it a little bit bigger than the actual thing itself, just so that it can fit in, you know? Okay, so there we go. Just like that. Compile, save, and there you go. So now the pillow and the skateboard place are set up. So now all we have to do is code that to basically run a line of blueprint when we do it. Now what we're going to do is, I don't know about you, but I hate looking at that white texture. So what we're going to do is we're going to select the skateboard spot and the pillow spot at once. If you don't know how to do that, just hold down Control and click both of them. Then over here under element 0, you're going to click on it and you're going to type in, oh no, you're going to type in wood. I said wood, not WO0D. And I like to use this first wood because I think it looks good and I think it kind of matches with the rest of it. But you can use whatever texture you want. I'm going to use this texture, but again, use whatever texture you feel like using. Doesn't matter. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add the trigger for the stand and for the shelf. So with the stand mesh selected, or actually no, with the stand scene selected, we're gonna add a component, okay? So actually yeah, do it with the stand mesh selected, okay? So we're gonna add a component and then box collision. We can just rename this. This one's gonna be the hat. So hat trigger. No, I said rename it. Hat trigger. There you go. This is going to be where the hat goes. So we're just going to scale it down a tiny bit, move it up, and move it over. just like that, this is where the hat is going to be going. If it's not within this box, then again, it won't work. But it should be pretty easy to get within this box here if you just follow the painting, which shouldn't be that hard. And we're just going to rotate it a little bit. I'm going to rotate it. You don't need to. Again, me thing. I want to do it. You don't need to, though. There you go. So we have it lined up now. Then what we're going to do is we're going to do the exact same thing. With the stand scene selected, we're going to scroll down, box collision, and again, we're going to type in guitar trigger. Apologies for my spelling. I know it's horrendous, but hey, spelling is not that important while making Hello Neighbor mods. Just kidding. It's very important. Ignore anything I just said about it not being important. It's very important. But I don't really feel like taking the time to do that. So then we're just going to stretch the trigger so it actually fits within the guitar. Or it could fit the guitar into it. We put it here. We're actually going to move this over a tiny bit. Just so there's room for the guitar. So yeah, so now that's going to be the guitar trigger box. So if the guitar is anywhere within this, it'll activate. We're going to compile, save. I know it might look a little strange, but that's just the guitar being strange. And then what we're going to want to do is, so you can see this is selected. And what we're going to do is, I apologize for saying stand scene. I meant to say stand mesh. So we're going to drag the box, just drag it onto stand mesh. I'm sorry, it's early in the morning. I don't know what I'm talking about half the time. But I also do, so follow my tutorials or else no backbone. Okay, so there it is. So now we have the guitar, the hat, the skateboard, and the pillow. Now we just need to put the spot for the flashlight, aka something completely different because the flashlight does not work. I don't know why, but you can't cast to the flashlight. I mean, you can, but it, does it for a split second and then it'll run the end overlap. It's like, but I didn't end the overlap. So I don't understand why, but don't use the flashlight, okay? You can put whatever else you want there, just don't use the flashlight, okay? So again, we're going to use the banana can because that's just kind of the easiest one I could find. But use whatever you want there, just don't put the flashlight because it does not work. If you want to put the flashlight, you're probably going to need to make a custom blueprint, and I'm not going to go into detail on how to make a custom blueprint flashlight right now. I did it in one of my games, but again, I'm not going to go into detail right now because that would make the tutorial much longer than it needs to be, and right now the tutorial is over a half an hour long. It does not need to be any much longer than it actually needs to be. So that sentence made literally no sense. I am dying. Please send help. Not. Then we're gonna okay, so now we're gonna select the shelf mesh 3, and we're gonna add component, and we're gonna click on box collision again, and now we're gonna type in again. You're gonna want to type in whatever object you're gonna use. So I'm gonna use again the banana can. So I'm gonna type in banana can trigger. So again, you're gonna want to type in what it's called or whatever object you're using, and then after that, type in trigger, press enter. We're gonna compile, save, and then we're just gonna move this box into place. And as you can see, since we had the shelf mesh selected when we did it, it automatically rotated itself. So that's pretty convenient, honestly. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna kind of stretch it a tiny bit, just so it lines up with the board. Doesn't need to be perfect. Again, it's not going to be perfect. And there you go. So something just like that works perfectly fine. We can maybe shrink it up and down a little bit. There you go. So that'll work. So now we have all the triggers set up. We just need to set up the box, the lights, and then of course blueprints. The blueprints are probably the blueprints are easier than you think they are. Just again gonna take a while. So what we're gonna do now is it's getting very cluttered. I understand that. There's nothing I can do about that. That's why I'm trying to get you guys to
put it all under like kind of a scene, so that when you select the scene, you can move everything around. But you don't know what I mean. So you see, if we select the stand scene, we can move around the shelf, the triggers, the stand, and everything. But if we just select the stand mesh, it only moves around the triggers and the stand and the drawers. Right? So that's why I like to do this way. And again, if you only select this shelf, again, it only moves around the shelf and the trigger. That's what I like so much about Unreal. It's you can do very convenient things like that. It's nice. It's epic, like from Epic Games. I don't know. Just ignore I ever just said anything. Okay, so now with the default scene root selected, we're going to add component, and we're going to add a scene. This one's going to be called Red Box. Yeah, just call it Red Box. This is going to be literally the red box with the lights, and then we're also going to have a spline on there, and I'll explain that in a little bit. I'm just going to quickly say right now, the spline is for movement. I'll go more in depth later when we actually have to use it for movement. We're going to stop the autosave by saving it ourselves. Haha, turd. No, save. Fine, just save now. Do it. Just do it. Do it. Okay, so now with the red box again selected, we're going to add a static mesh. We're going to name it Red Box Mesh. And what we're going to do is we're going to type in, I believe, shovel. Yep. It's shovel underscore box. And then with the with the red box mesh selected, the reason why I'm not calling it shovel is because we're not using it for a shovel, so there's no reason to name it shovel. But again, with the red box mesh selected, we're going to add a static mesh again, and then we're going to name it Red Box Door Mesh. And then we're going to go over here. We're going to type in shovel again. This one you're going to select the box underscore door. So there you go. Now we have the scene, the box, and the door. Now we're just got to move it in place. So select the red box scene, and then what you're going to do is just rotate it. As you can see, everything that we just put in, all both the static meshes go with it. And that's exactly what we want. So we're going to move this up here and select the door mesh, and we're just going to move that in place. So move that up here. Move it over here. Perfect. So now, just move it down a little bit maybe. Here we go, compile, save. Select this, maybe move it down a little bit. It looks kind of high in here. So compile, save. And now we're going to take a look in game and see how everything looks so far. So we're going to click play. I'm going to wait for it to load because the Mach-Kit is being a toenail right now. There you go. There's a lot of stuff in this map, so it's understandable why it's taking a while. So as you can see, there we go. Maybe we need to move it down a little bit, but again, we could always do that. You could always do that in your game also. You could always move it down in game. But we're just gonna move it down just a tiny bit more. Just make it more convenient, you know. And again, you don't have to do half the stuff I'm doing. As long as the basics work. It just crashed. Did it just crash? No. Okay, thank God. So as long as you have the basics, like this is good enough, honestly. Maybe you might have to crouch, not that big of a deal. As long as you have the basics done, that's all you need. You can do all the all the texturing, all the fancy design stuff later on. As long as you have the main core things working, it doesn't matter. And again, like I said before, you can't open these drawers. You're not going to be able to. Don't even try. It's going to take too long to set it up to make it do that.
So we're gonna open up the picture puzzle again, and what we're gonna do is we're going to add the light bulbs. Now, I wouldn't say this is hard or complicated, just annoying and tedious, because a lot of small meshes and lights and stuff. So with the red box mesh selected, what we're going to do is we're going to add a component, and we're going to add a static mesh. And we're going to call this static mesh light bulb 1. Now, we're going to highlight it over here. We're just going to copy it. And with the red box mesh selected again, what did I just do? No. Oh my god. Hold on. I just ate something. What, oh god. Hold on. Oh no. Oh no. What just happened? Oh god. Oh no. My apologies. I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, I'm back. I fixed it. Don't know what happened there. That was strange. Okay. Don't do that. That bad. Don't do that. I fixed it now, so let's continue working on it. We're just gonna collapse all this stuff. It's not needed. We don't need to look at it right now. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is, again, you're gonna select the light bulb 1, and under static mesh, you're going to type in light and bulb light underscore nope, we're just gonna type in bulb. There you go. We're gonna select the first one that shows up, which should just be bold, but bulb, not bold, bulb. I don't know what I'm saying. So you're just gonna rotate it 90 degrees and pull it right on over here. We're gonna shove it into the door, because door. And since this is parented to the not the door, this is parented to the box. So with the box, or with the I'm dying. Hold on. with the bulb selected, we're just gonna move the bulb right on into the box, because again, if we select just the box, you can see everything moves around with it. Okay, so yeah, and if we move around the door, you can see it doesn't move around with the door. So this just honestly, I think it's better. So we're going to duplicate, and we're just gonna rename it to light bulb 2, and we're just gonna kind of move it up just a tiny bit. We're gonna need to fit 5 of these in here, so make sure you leave room for yourself. And we're gonna duplicate it again, paste, this time 3, and again we're just gonna move it upwards. Okay, and then we're gonna duplicate it again, and this time we're gonna name it 4, move it up once again. Okay, now we're just gonna select these, and we're just gonna kind of space them out a little bit, just because we need more room. Okay, so now we have room for another spot at the bottom. Perfect. So now we're gonna duplicate one more time. We're gonna name it 5. There we go. So now we can move it downwards, and perfect. So now we have all the light bulbs set up, or once all the light bulbs in place, we can now compile, save, and we're going to go through each light bulb and we're going to add the actual light to it. So with the light bulb with light bulb 1 selected, we're going to add a component and we're going to type in light. Then you're going to click on the one called spotlight. Okay, so this will parent the spotlight to the light bulb. So whatever happens to the light bulb happens to the spotlight, but whatever happens to the spotlight doesn't happen to the light bulb. So you're just going to move the spotlight until it's in place, just like that. That's pretty good. And I would recommend turning this up to 7,000 as the intensity. So there we go. And now compile, save, and you're just going to do this for each one. So again, light, spotlight, and again, I'm going to rotate it, move it over here, and increase the intensity to 7,000. And we can honestly just copy and paste, but I'm gonna do it this way just so I know that they're parented correctly. Light, spotlight, gonna move it over here. Now I'm not gonna bother renaming the spotlights just because they're just spotlights. There's no need to rename them. So there we go. We can just kind of move this out just a tiny bit, maybe. There we go. And then we're going to select the 4th one. I'm going to type in light, spotlight. Then again, rotate it, move it into place. Perfect. And then we're going to select the 5th one. We're going to type in light once more, spotlight, rotate it. I said rotate it 90, not 100. And then there we go. Perfect. So now we have all the bulbs set up, so we can compile, save. And if we see in game here, you can see these bulbs are actually lit up. It's hard to see because it's daytime, but like if I were to select this, unselect this, and if I were to set the sun height to 0, you'd be able to see it better, but also you won't because toes, I don't know. Oh, the light, right, the light still exists. Okay, so there we go. So now we have, oh god, what just happened? Okay, so now we have the light set up. So now we got to make it so that it actually opens. So this is where it's going to get a little bit complicated, but also not complicated because we still have to do one more thing, I remember now. It's not going to be that complicated. And apologies that I keep yawning. I'm very tired, even though it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Shut up, nerd. So there you go. And as you can see, if we select one of the light bulbs and move it, the light moves around with it. But if we select the light instead of the light bulb, the bulb does not move with it. Perfect. Again, compile, save. And then we're going to add one more thing. And this one more thing is going to be the spline. So with the red box scene selected, you're going to do add component, and you're going to type in spline. Okay? Now, there's 2 that are going to pop up. Spline mesh and spline. You're going to want to click on spline and not spline mesh. And then we're just going to keep this as spline. And what we want to do is you're going to want to rotate it so that the end point is facing upwards, away from the from where the cursor or the point is, and we're going to move it so just like that. We don't actually, we do need to change this a little bit. So select the end point and just kind of drag it down a little bit. There we go. Perfect. So we're going to compile, we're going to save, and now we're actually going to actually no, we're just going to leave it like that. There we go. So now what we're going to do is, this is where it gets a tiny bit complicated, but not too much more complicated. So what we're going to do is we're going to select all the spotlights, just like that. Select all 5. Perfect. And then over here, right, make sure to set, if it says multiple values over there,
or if it still says 5,000 under the intensity, just select it and type in 7,000, and I'll set it for every single one. Now, under here, under rendering, you're going to want to click, you're going to want to uncheck this box. So right now, the lights won't be turned on, but the lights will be turned on once they are triggered, which is what we're going to do right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to head over to the event graph, and we're going to highlight everything and delete. We don't need any of it. We're going to use other ones. We're going to use the event tick later on, but not right now. That's not important right now. So we're going to add some variables. So you're going to click on you're going to click on this one, the little plus button. It should expand say variable. You want to click on it and type in is. And then this is going to be the one on the shelf. So again, whatever you wanted to put there, name it that. I'm going to use the banana. So is banana can in place? Question mark. You're going to add another one. Is hat in place? Place? Question mark. And another one. It's going to be is pillow in place? Question mark. We're going to add another one. Is skateboard in place? Question mark. And we're going to add the last one, the fifth one, which is going to be is guitar in place? Question mark. There you go. So once you have all those done, these are going to be what is going to actually tell Blueprint, hey, these are all in place now. We're all true. Open the thing. So that's what's going to actually do it. Now we won't need to actually use the we won't need to use them for a couple more minutes maybe, but we're going to need to use them very soon. So now what you're going to do is you're going to select the triggers. So we're going to start with the hat trigger. We're just going to go down the line. So with the hat trigger selected, over here under the components tab, you're going to go over here where it says right click to create new nodes, right click, and then you're going to click add event for this for hat trigger. Then we're going to go collision, and then we're going to type in component begin overlap. Okay? Now we're going to select the hat trigger again. We're going to do the same thing, except this time we're going to select end overlap. So now we have both of these. So this is what's going to say, hey, this isn't true anymore, turn it off, and hey, this is true now, turn the light back on. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to compile, save, and we're going to drag off of the begin overlap. We're going to type in cast to BP underscore baseball cap team. There you go. You can click on that one. Make sure it doesn't say class. Make sure it's just cast to BP baseball cap team. It should look exactly like this. Okay. So we're going to drag off the object. We're going to connect it to other actor. Okay. Then we're going to drag off of this. And we're going to type in set visibility. And we're just going to select any random one. Doesn't matter. Just make sure you delete the target. So there you go. So look, it should look like that. We're going to select the visibility box. And what we're going to do is we're going to grab one of the spotlights. So we'll grab spotlight 1. And we'll connect it to the target. So there you go. Now, when we put the baseball cap in place, it should turn the light on. Now, it doesn't turn the light off. And we want it to turn the light off when we remove it. So what we're going to do is we're going to highlight all this, copy, paste. And we're going to do the same thing. Object goes to the other actor. But this time we're going to set the visibility to false. So there you go. Compile, save. Perfect. Just like that. Now the baseball cap is in place. Now we have to do that for the other 4. So let's do that. So with the guitar selected, the guitar trigger, make sure you always use the triggers for the overlaps, because just use triggers. Believe me, just use the triggers. It's not going to work if you use anything else besides the triggers. It may work in some cases, but in this case, just use the triggers, because that's why the triggers are there. So we're going to
on event begin overlap, and again on event end overlap. Actually, an easier way to do it is if you just click over here. You can actually see it does that. It's pretty epic, honestly, pretty epic. Now what we're gonna do is we're going to drag off of here, and again we're gonna type in cast to bp underscore base underscore teen. There we go. So it should look like this, and connect the object to the other actor, and we're gonna copy paste and do the same thing for the end overlap, and we're gonna drag off of it, or actually we could just copy the set visibility and paste it over here. Just don't copy the target, just copy the set visibility thing. And then you're going to want to get the second spotlight. So spotlight 1. Last one was just spotlight. And connect it like that. There you go. Perfect. Compile. Save. And now we're going to select the one on the shelf, banana can. We're going to begin overlap. And again, we're going to do end overlap. There we go. So now we're going to drag off of the begin overlap. We're going to type in cast to bp underscore. And again, I'm going to type in what the object is. So if you were using the, let's say, the gun, you would type in gun. Or no, sorry, not gun. Rifle. Yeah, BP rifle. Or rifle bullet, either one. But if you're going to use a banana can like me, you're going to type in BP underscore banana, and then you're going to click on banana soda. Okay, then you're going to connect the object to the other actor, and then I said connect. There we go. Then you're going to drag off cast failed this time. You're going to type in cast to bp underscore banana underscore. This time we're going to type in banana juice. So it'll check for both of these. So when you put an object there, it'll check, hey, is it the banana soda? No, it's not the banana soda. Is it the banana juice? Yeah, it's the banana juice. So go ahead. Oh, it is the banana soda. Well, then go ahead. So that's basically what this does. It's just checking for both of them. If one fails, it'll check for the other one. And if the other one succeeds, then it'll run. If the first one succeeds, again, it'll also run. So we're just going to copy, paste, move it into place. Perfect. Just like that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to, again, highlight the visibility thing, copy, paste, and then you're going to connect this to both of these this time. So the banana soda and the banana juice, connect them both to the visibility thing. There you go. And we're going to get the next spotlight, which would be spotlight 2 in my case. And we're going to connect these to the targets. There you go. So the one for the shelf, if you're using, again, the banana can like me, that is the most complicated one. The rest are exactly like the other ones. We just need to cast 2 times just to check if one failed. Okay, now we're going to select the skateboard trigger, or again, whichever one is next. We're going to begin overlap, and again, we're going to end overlap. There we go. And we're going to drag off of that. We're going to type in cast to bp underscore skateboard underscore teen. There we go. Connect the object to there. We're going to copy paste. Connect that to there, and the object to the other actor. And then you're going to want to, again, copy the set visibility thing, paste it over here, connect it up. And then you're going to select the next spotlight, so that would be spotlight 3. And then we're just going to connect it to the targets. And then select the pillow, which should be, I believe, the last one. Correct? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, so the pillow is going to be the last one. So with the pillow trigger selected, again, we're going to do a begin overlap, and we're going to do end overlap. We're going to drag off this. We're going to type in cast to BP underscore, oh, that's PB. No, BP underscore pillow. Oh, God. Pillow. There we go. Press enter. And then connect the object to the other actor. As you can see, this is very repetitive, but it works nonetheless. So this is how we're going to do it. And there we go. Then with that done, we're going to select the set visibility one more time. Copy, paste. And then we're going to connect it up. And then the final spotlight, which should be spotlight 4, we're going to connect it to the targets. And there you go. So now all that's done. And we can test it in game. When we put the objects onto the spot, it should actually turn the lights on. So we're going to test that out right now. If the game would load, that'd be pretty epic. Oh, and the game crashed. Okay. You see, that's not what I asked for. I didn't ask you to crash. I don't know why the mod kit's crashing so much. I apologize if this happens to you too, but this might just be happening to me. I don't know. You know what? It might be happening because I have 2 instances of the same thing. I don't know. Either way, just if this happens, just reload it. Always make sure you compile and save, by the way, before you launch the game. So always compile and save a blueprint before you launch the game. Just always do that, okay? In case, again, this happens. Because if I didn't save, everything we just did would have been out the window. So it's just going to let it load. I don't know why it keeps doing this. This is really weird. Okay, I'll be back once it loads. Okay, I'm back. And the game is also back. So, mod kit froze. Okay, there we go. So we click play. We'll head over here. You can see the lights right now are off. Are they on? I can't tell. No, they're off. That's just a reflection from the light, I believe. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab all the objects, of course. We'll grab these 4 to start with. And you can see, there's the bulbs. Put the skateboard in place. There you go. One lights up. Then the pillow. Then another one lights up. Then the guitar. Another one lights up. We put the hat in place. Another one lights up. And if we get either one of these 2, again, it does not matter. I'll show you. It works with the banana soda. So you can see, take it, put it here. Where'd that go? Hi. As you can see, there we go. So that activated. And again, if we take this off and we want to put the banana juice on there, or again, this might be the banana soda, I'm not sure. Either way, both of them will work. As you can see now, if I take this and put it on here, again, the light also lights up. And just to make sure that it does work, we take all these objects off. You can see the lights should, yep, the lights start turning off. You can see, we take every one off, the lights turn off. So you go, that's exactly what we want to happen. Now we just got to make it so the door opens. And believe me, that part is easy, kind of. It's kind of easy. It's a little strange how it works. I'm just going to pull up a reference because I'm going to be completely honest. I can't remember how to do it. Okay, so I'm just going to pull this up on my second screen, and yeah. Okay, so with my reference over here on how to remember to do this. Okay, so we're going to go over here, and we're going to, again, we have to reopen the blueprint because the mod kit crashed. Yay, woohoo. Yeah. Have your mod kits been working recently? Because I know Tori's Shoulders mod kit just completely broke. Anytime he opens a map, his mod kit crashes. I don't know. Mod kit's very unstable. I don't know why. Okay, so we're gonna type in. Oh, I completely forgot. Now we have to add the variables. So, so first one's gonna be the hat trigger. So we're gonna with this, we're gonna drag over here, and we're gonna click on set. We're gonna select this box, and we're gonna drag it there, and copy paste, unselect, and connect it. There we go. No, okay. The mod kit is being a total licker right now. It's not working the way it should be working, but it also is. So I don't know. Okay, next one is gonna be the guitar. So we're gonna set and set. There we go. There we go. Make sure this one is set to true. Now we're gonna get, this one is the banana can, so we're gonna set and set. Select this one, make sure it's true. Connect them up. So there you go. So now basically what it's doing is you won't be able to see this actually happen in game, but what's actually happening is it's setting the variables to true or false. That's how Booleans work. So with Booleans, it's either going to be yes or no, and that's very convenient when it comes to the branches. So you can basically be like, okay, let's get this Boolean. Okay, cool. Is this yes? Oh, if it's yes, then trigger this. Oh, if it's no, then trigger this. Basically, it's convenient. It's pretty epic also. Okay, this one's gonna be the skateboard, so we'll get the skateboard. Set, connect, check. This one is going to be the pillow, which should be the last one. So we'll set. We're gonna set, connect, make that true. There you go. So what I'm gonna have you guys do is over here under the components tab, we're gonna make sure all these have open eyes. And the reason why we're doing that is so that in the editor, if you select the blueprint, you can see under default, all these will show up. So let's say you want to have the game start, so maybe the skateboard's in place. So you would position the skateboard so it's in its spot where it would be if you placed it, and under default, you would select this. So yeah, okay, so now it'll start off as true, okay? So it's just basically more convenient for you, just gives you more options and something to do. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to right click and we're going to type in event tick. I'm going to try and go faster now because this video is over an hour long. My apologies. But again, it takes a while. And then we're going to type in if. We're going to press enter. There we go. Now we get a branch. And we're going to drag in, we're going to get all of these. We're going to get each one. There you go. So now we have all these. What we're going to do is we're going to copy and paste this 5 times. And the reason why I'm saying, we're going to paste it 4 times. The reason why I'm saying to do this is because for some reason, the mod kit, or just Unreal in general, I think it's this version of Unreal that the mod kit runs on. It doesn't allow you to connect more than one thing to a branch. In the version that I use, I'm pretty sure it does, in 4.23.2. That's the version of Unreal I use for my games. Either way, line them all up, make sure they're nice and neat, make sure that it's not the mess of lines. It's gonna look like spaghetti, okay? It's gonna look like spaghetti. That's something you just can't avoid, but spaghetti tastes good, so yes. There you go. So we're just gonna line them all up so they're not tangled on top of each other. There you go. So that looks good. Now we're gonna connect the true to the next one, and then again we're just gonna do this for each one. So now it'll every single tick or every single frame, basically, it'll keep checking this. And then once this one becomes true, it'll check this one. And basically, once they all become true, then it'll trigger this last true. And we're going to type in do once. Once. And the reason why we're saying this is so that it doesn't trigger multiple times and end on end, because believe me, that'll get annoying. Because of the sound and stuff. So then what we're going to do is, speaking of sound, we're actually going to drag off. We're going to type in play sound 2D. And then we're going to select that. And we're going to do, it should be gate underscore close metal cue. There you go. You just actually take a listen really quickly. So gate underscore, there you go. Yep, so that's the one. So we're going to select that one. And then we're going to compile, save. And then we're going to, this is where it gets somewhat complicated. So we're going to drag off here, and we're going to type in, timeline, okay? Okay, now we're going to name this timeline movement. Okay? So double click on the timeline, and up here, you're going to want to click on the F+, okay? This will add a track. This will add a float track. Now what you're going to type in over here, it should already be highlighted. If it's not, just double click or click on it once, either way. We're going to rename this to movement track. And then you're going to, over here, you're going to right click, you're going to add a curve float. Okay, now you're going to set the time to 0 and the value to 0. Okay, now we're going to compile and save this. Now over here under 2, you're going to add a new curve float. You're going to set the time to 2 seconds, or you're going to set the time to 2, and you're going to set the value to 5. Okay, now we can click this button and click this button. And as you can see, we have a nice line going up and down. This will basically tell the spline, okay, let's start going, and then let's start moving. Let's start doing things. So there you go. So now we can go back to the event graph. As you can see, the movement track is now a new node on here, and that's very useful because we're gonna need that. By the way, this involves multiplication for some reason. I don't know. Multiplication, sure. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to drag off the movement, and we're going to type in the star. So hold down shift and press 8, and what we're going to do is it's going to be float star float. Okay, then you'll get this. What you're going to do is you're going to get your spline right here. So we're going to drag it in, and we're going to drag this, and we're going to type in get spline length. Get spline length. No, hold on. It's being a toenail again. Hold on. Get spline. There we go. Get spline length. There it is. So we're going to click on that, and you're going to connect the return value to the bottom pin. There you go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to drag off here. We're going to type in get location. We're going to do at distance along spline. There we go. This is going to be the first one. And then again, you want to make sure you have you don't need to have the spline selected, but it's going to auto select it probably, but you don't need to do that. So you actually only need 2 spline nodes. So if you get 3, just delete one of the from over here. And you just do what I'm doing basically. Then type in get rotation at distance along spine along spline. There we go. We can delete that. We can just get one spline, and we can connect it to both of these. Now at the top, we're going to set the coordinate space to world, and then we're going to keep the bottom one at local. Okay, so we're going to compile, save. And then what we're going to do is we're going to drag off the update pin up here, and we're going to do set world location. Hold on. Set world location. There we go. So we just want location. So you can select any one. It doesn't matter. Make sure it just says set world location, not set world location and rotation. Just that. That's all it's going to say. And then delete anything that pops up with it. And you're just going to connect the red box door mesh. So under the red box scene, you can click on the red box door mesh. This is actually the door, and we're going to drag off of it, and we're going to put it in here, and we're going to connect this as the target. So now the door will open, but it also won't, because there's something else we have to do. So we're going to drag off the return value, and we're going to connect this to new target location, okay? So now we're going to compile, and we're going to save. Now we're gonna drag off of the world location, and we're gonna type in set relative rotation, and then you're just going to want to click on the one that's just set relative location, or not location, apologies, rotation. This is what's going to have it rotate. You don't actually need this, you don't actually need it to rotate, but we're going to put it in anyway, just in case you do actually want it to rotate, because why not? And again, we're just going to copy the red door mesh from here, paste it over here, connect it to the target, and there you go. So that should be everything. So now we can compile, and we can save, and we can test all work and see if it works. So what we're going to do is we're going to save the map, and I'm going to assume it's probably going to crash because we changed a lot, but hey, let's click play and see what happens. I'm surprised it didn't crash. Okay. We're going to get these, bring them over here. Put these down, and we'll get one of the banana things. Again, they both work. Doesn't matter which one; they all work. The way we set it up makes it both work. So as you can see, they're all off right now. You can put this here. You can see as we start to add them, lights turn on. See, even though that's not perfectly on, the light will still go on, and that's the nice thing about triggers. As long as it's touching it even the slightest bit, it'll still work. There you go. Now you can see all of them are on except for one. And if we take it and put the last one right up here, you can see it opens up. It plays the sound, and then the door opens up. There we go. And now you can put whatever you want into this box. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. Now it works. Now there's one more thing we want to do. If you're, you want to get the object that you're going to put on the shelf, and we're actually going to do some in-game Photoshop. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a new scene, and we're just going to call it picture. There we go. So now we're going to take the picture mesh. And again, I said earlier that we're going to do something with it later on. So there we go. This is what we're going to do now. So we're going to connect the mesh to the scene. And then with the mesh selected, what we're going to do is we're going to add a static mesh. Again, this is the last thing we're ever going to do for this. Then we're going to type in, again, whatever you're going to replace on the shelf. So I'm going to replace it with the banana can. So I'm going to type in banana can. And then we're gonna type in again the name of your object. So the banana can would be goods 1. So goods, goods 2. Goods 2, not goods 1. There we go, goods 2. Then we're gonna just flatten it basically, just flatten it like a pancake. Perfect, just like that. And we're gonna scale it down. Oh my god, what did you do? There we go. And we're just gonna have it so it kind of just covers up the flashlight. Just so the players know what object to use. They're like, the flashlight isn't working. I wonder why. There you go, perfect, just like that. So that works. Compile, save, and there you go. That is everything we need to do. And now your custom blueprint should now work. If you have any problems, comment them down below. I'll try and help you. Apologies if I can't help you because comments are kind of wonkadoodle sometimes. But yeah. So that's how you set up and make your I guess not really set up. It's how you remake the picture puzzle from Act 3 in the mod kit because it does not exist in the mod kit for some reason. So now that the tutorial is an hour and 20 minutes long, I want to thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.